Let's face it, Luka Doncic has been on an MVP track for almost his whole career. The only question was, would he start this season in shape and dominate the court from the get-go? It's clear a summer of playing for Slovenia in the World Cup answered that question, and now we're merely left wondering, will the Mavericks win enough games to cement Luka Doncic as this year's MVP? Before we get into the biggest differences in his game this season, we have to address the ridiculously high usage rate. We have to go back 4 seasons in Harden's Rockets onslaught to see anything higher, and as a result, Luka is posting some ungodly numbers already. The last time we saw Luka average over 30 a game for a month early in the season was November of 2019, and he's filling up all the other columns quite nicely. In fact, when you search for players averaging what he's doing currently across all these numbers, exactly no one else has done it. So the question is, will he be able to sustain this?
Being in the post gets him to the free throw line a little bit more, and so those are the things that we've tried to do offensively and putting him in those situations. This is probably the most he's posted up in his career, but also I think it just helps where we don't wear him down by just running pick and roll every time down, where come the fourth quarter he has no gas.
And make no mistake about it, this is the most he's ever posted up in his career, by far, and based on how good he was at it earlier, it makes you scratch your head why they didn't do it even more. But it's unlocking a lot of things for Luka and the team, so let's look at how it's happening. There are 2 ways to post up in the modern NBA. Get to that block, call for the ball, and receive that pass, or dribble up into the post up and go to work. I like this brush screen action after Spencer did when he initiates to the left wing. He sets a screen to allow Luka to get his position near the left mid post. But what got me really excited was this snapback action from Bullock, who cuts to the top only to have JaVale McGee turn around and set him the split screen back to the left wing. You can see how this could get him open, but Luka decides to go to work on Wagner. Oftentimes, this type of spin back to the baseline is when players pick up their dribble, but instead, Luka adds one more bounce, a reverse jab step with the left foot, then his familiar fade over the right shoulder. The team is very comfortable getting him the ball on that left block and just spacing out around the perimeter, and with Christian Wood being a capable shooter, he can bring the center out just far enough to stop him from doubling, and there's the Dirk leg fadeaway over that right shoulder again. Here's a sideline out of bounds play that I think is very clever, utilizing the focus on Luka down low to get his teammates open. After inbounding, Bullock cuts across to set the screen for Hardaway's cut. The hook pass over to the defender on time and on target is the cherry on top. It's possible Luka could become just the 3rd player ever to have a usage percentage over 40, and that means he's going to stuff the box score on a nightly basis. And if you want the chance to win some money on his production, or any other NBA player, then you have to head over to UnderdogFantasy.com and check out Pick'em, where you can choose 2 to 5 players, then decide on the over-under for specific stats. It's super easy to set up, and you can win up to 20 times your initial entry fee. If you think Luka is going to get more than 8 assists against the Pelicans on Thursday, then get him the action. But it doesn't stop there. You can make it a rival and add players from different teams to make it even more interesting. They've also got drafts where you can compete against me. You think you got what it takes? If you click on the link below and use my promo code BBALL, you'll get a deposit match of up to $100. So if you want a chance to get up to 20 times your money or beat me in a draft, you've got to check out Underdog Fantasy. Use my code BBALL, get up to $100 in matching deposits, and you'll have a better chance at winning money and understanding why the Mavericks are so intent on getting that ball down low to Luka. They like to run a double high post set with Luka ducking into the lane to abuse the smaller defender. Check the pass fake on the catch that gets KD away from any help as he spins, shoots on the way down, plus the and one. And here it is again, but if they can't get the quick duck in at the front of the rim, the whole right side is already cleared out for him, and with shooters all around the perimeter, it makes it very hard for any help to come, but would it have even mattered? And when he's got a serious mismatch from the outset, you'll see him wave everybody to the weak side, back his man down patiently with a float dribble, and finish with a variety of moves like this simple 2-footed jump hook. In the modern game, post-ups can come in a lot of ways. For instance, Luka tries to drive by his man, but if he can't get to the basket, it then turns into an ISO post-up. This is one of the big ways he keeps his usage percentage so high, and he's got a lot of strength to put it into his shoulder as a battering ram. The first one knocks Johnson back a step, and you can see Cam bracing for the second impact. Luka knows this and uses the spin. The instant his left foot plants below Johnson's left foot, it's game over, and I love the 2-foot jump in rhythm to glide into the soft bank shot. Back in the day, teams would set cross screens to get low post position, but Luka utilizes a drive to get there, so even if he's cut off initially, he's got great position to go to work. And when he can't get Bridges to go for the fake spin, he reverts to the patented Dirk leg fade that is basically unstoppable. Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and if you're liking this video, I could really use your help. I'm trying to get to 1 million subscribers. I'm pretty close, and if you can hit that subscribe button, that would really help me out. And stay tuned for lots more coming up on the NBA and basketball in general all season long. But the most common way he gets into the post so far has been with a pick and roll. They're probably looking for a switch, but don't even need it, as Luka has a size advantage on lots of players. And once he's in the middle, look out. He'll find the open man and the easy pass. One thing that's concerning is that their over-reliance on Luka means they're dead last in assists per game as well as passes per game, and every team above them in offensive rating throws a lot more passes. Against the Wizards, they force a switch they want, and Luka constantly scans the floor looking for both a double team and a potential pass. And if you don't rotate early and often, you're gonna get burned by the three-point shot. Once Luka begins his dance, you'll see whoever's on the strong side clear to the weak side corner, and Luka knows he can throw that pass blindly at any moment he wants to, as he gets into the air to simulate a shot before giving it up for the wide open triple. Here's another pick and roll that doesn't force a switch, and this could be a new version of the post-up, basically an ISO just below the elbow that leads to his preferred Dirk fadeaway. We've been waiting a long time for Luka to start this season as well as he traditionally finishes them, knowing that was the key for him to get into the MVP conversation. They'll need to win at a higher percentage to get him firmly in the lead, but considering he's doing something no one else has ever done in terms of per game averages, I think it's safe to say he's already there.